What's up, party people? It's your boy Tito, diehard Steelers fan for a long time. I've seen the end of Cowher's era, years, the beginning of Mike Tomlin's, and the end, man. So I was actually curious though. I'm a big Tomlin fan, and I'm okay with criticism. But when I hear the stuff about he's not a good coach, he's mediocre, I had to make sure, like, what are we looking at? What are we doing? Like, one of the things, 19 seasons without a losing record. I don't care what you say. That's hard, and it's the NFL too. That's very hard. That's Get that out the way. Then I look at, okay, you want to say the last maybe 10 years. You look at Ben, maybe 2016 to 18. Maybe it was still a little window where he still has some arm strength. But after that, it was pretty dim. Most people who watch football, they know that. So if you want to be critical, everybody got their own opinion. But when we talk about he wasn't a good coach, that's when you lose me, right? You know what I mean? No playoff games in a long time. Sure, I'm a diehard Steelers fan. I want to win playoff games, but not only that, Super Bowls, right? And you have to win the playoff games to get the Super Bowl. But if you really think about it, 19 winning seasons. Obviously, most people know this. You don't get high draft picks, not top five, which you most of the time need, unless you get lucky, i.e., Lamar Jackson in Baltimore. But could you imagine if we really had good quarterback play, with these teams? He's taking teams, how I look at it, he's taking teams that most people, a lot of people, and you can argue about it, but a lot of people is like, okay, they're going to be the first loser season. I said that the last 2 or 3 years, not everybody, but those people. And when he makes this, it's not always 8-8. I think 2 or 3 seasons out of the 19, it was 8-8. I don't know where that whole thing comes from. The 10-7s, 11 wins, but without good quarterback play, let's see, you had Doug Hodges, Mason Rudolph. Nothing against Mason, I like Mason, but you get what I'm saying. Mr. Bisky. Uh, uh, let's see here. What am I? Let's see, who else? Russell Wilson, yeah, Russell Wilson. And I actually thought Russell did good at first, but we all know. Then Aaron did as good as he could, I think. Especially what we had left. He couldn't run anymore. He wasn't as fast, but then again, he's 42, right? 42. I wouldn't run like that either at 42. Then again, I'm 53, so anyway, one Super Bowl win. Okay, a lot of coaches haven't won one Super Bowl or even went there. He went there twice and he won one. Okay, 2 AFC championships. Okay, won 8 time division in the AFC North division titles. That's pretty good, y'all. Like, if you look at the history, and I looked at this a while back. I think it was like a little bit over 500 NFL coaches in the history, and I think it was like a little bit under, I think under 30 who have won like 8 playoff wins. Like, under 30, like, that's crazy. So he is a great coach to me, all across the board. You don't hear about the scandals. He just wins. But on the flip side, when you win like that, you don't get those top 5 picks. And think about it though. He's able to do that. He was able to do that, past tense, without a top quarterback for a long time, without top draft picks for 19 years. Like, for 19 years. I don't know what our top draft pick was. I know we traded up one time for Devin Bush to get 10. At that time, we need a linebacker, some defensive stuff. So it didn't work out. But other than that, Kenny Pickett. I'll be trying to forget about that. So Kenny Pickett. He, no quarterback play, no good franchise quarterback play, but yet still being competitive. It sucks not being able to keep going, but I didn't want him to go. I'm one of the ones that didn't want him to go, not just because I like him, I think he's still a good coach. Get a good franchise quarterback in there. Man, Aaron made a difference, I think, as much as he could. Like I said, uh, we so whoever come in here, good luck to him. I'm a still root for him. I'm not one of those fans that's stop rooting. I'm gonna be like Cleveland Brown fans. A lot of them keep rooting, right? So yeah, it's just like it's frustrated that he had to go. I understand change, but it's just we in that situation, man. And then now, how do we get the franchise quarterback still? So it's man, and I'm not one to believe in tanking. That's just me. Maybe it's old school, whatever. I'm just competitive. I don't believe in that, but maybe we'll get lucky, get one of those picks. Who knows? Maybe Will Howard is sitting there, and he might be something. I'm waiting. I want to see what he's about. Honestly, I'm not thinking he's like gonna just slang it out there. But then again, a lot of us never know. I know I don't have the answer. GMs don't have the answer all the time. Look at Brock Purdy. Look at Tom Brady, where they were picked. So maybe we'll get something like that. So if we keep winning, that's what's going to have to happen, right? I'm sure a lot of fans will want to be like us. But I'm not one to just say, just because, this happened, this didn't happen. We're always in the conversation. Oh, are they going to the playoffs? The fact that you have to say he lost this many playoff games tell you something. They always go to the playoffs. Sure, you can say, oh, but they don't do nothing. Again, you have to make it to even have a chance. So it's Tito. I'm out. Still a Nation. Shout out. And I'm always a diehard Steelers fan. Peace out.